Think back to your childhood holiday seasons. Perhaps you, a sibling, or a friend played an angel in a school or church pageant, dressed in white robes, with makeshift wings and halos crafted from tinsel. These portrayals captured the essence of the angelic figure that we all imagine. This familiar image, complete with feathery wings and shimmering halos, has been deeply embedded in our cultural memory, shaped by centuries of artistic interpretations from the Renaissance to contemporary depictions. Such depictions show angels as beautiful, serene beings with human-like features, creatures that bring comfort and peace. But a closer look at the Bible tells a different story. In recent years, a wave of online interest has revealed a startling contrast. Viral posts and memes have highlighted biblically accurate angels, and they are nothing like what most of us imagine. Instead of the human-like cherubs or majestic beings, the scriptures describe entities that are both awe-inspiring and, frankly, terrifying. These angels are not mere messengers or guardians, but intricate symbols of divine presence. They are often portrayed with multiple faces, abundant eyes, and bodies that defy earthly logic. From the flaming wheels covered in eyes of Theophanim to the four-headed creatures of Ezekiel, these celestial beings are a far cry from the gentle figures atop our Christmas trees, inspiring awe and wonder. So the real question we're tackling today is, do angels really look like these viral depictions that challenge our conventional views? We're diving deep into the scriptures to contrast these modern, eye-catching interpretations with the original, formidable descriptions found in the Bible. Before we look into the often unsettling depictions of angels in biblical scripture, it's important to understand who these beings genuinely are in the religious context. As depicted in the Bible, angels are powerful spiritual entities God created. Their primary role is to serve as his messengers, but their duties extend far beyond mere message delivery. Angels serve as God's agents, enforcing his will, providing guidance and protection to humans, and executing divine judgment when necessary. Throughout the scriptures, angels are involved in critical events, demonstrating their importance in heaven and earth. For instance, they announce significant occurrences like the birth of Jesus, engage in battles as heavenly warriors, and deliver prophetic visions to humanity. These roles underline their status as pivotal figures in divine affairs. In contrast, modern portrayals often depict angels as gentle protectors or ethereal guardians, emphasizing their comforting presence rather than their formidable power. This shift from agents of divine authority to symbols of peace reflects broader cultural adaptations and simplifications over the centuries. As we continue, we'll explore how these complex and dynamic beings described in the Bible differ dramatically from the sanitized versions that populate our art, media, and collective imagination today. What brought these terrifying depictions of angels to the public's attention? In 2016, a Tumblr post shed light on a lesser-known fact. Angels, as described in some biblical passages, aren't the serene, human-like figures we often imagine. Instead, they are formidable, sometimes nightmarish, beings straight out of a horror story. This revelation, based on descriptions found in the Bible itself, sparked widespread intrigue and discussion online. The conversation expanded to explore how different religions view angels. Judaism, for instance, has a system of 10 angelic ranks, each with specific roles and attributes, while Islam emphasizes the continual involvement of angels in humans' lives without a formal hierarchical structure. In the grand design of Christian angelology, as meticulously detailed by Pseudo-Dionysius the Areopagite, angels are not just messengers of God, but are organized into a celestial hierarchy that mirrors the complex structure of the universe. This hierarchy is essential in understanding these heavenly beings' different roles, from direct governance of the cosmos to the personal guardianship of individuals. At the foundation of the celestial hierarchy, we encounter the angels, the guardians assigned individually to every human being. These angels are the most involved in human affairs, providing protection and guidance and carrying prayers back to heaven. Above them are the archangels, like Michael, Gabriel, and Raphael, renowned for delivering crucial messages and carrying out God's will among humans. Above the archangels, the principalities oversee larger groups, such as nations and cities, influencing leaders and communities toward collective destinies. Ascending to the middle tier of the hierarchy, we find the powers, celestial warriors who combat demonic entities to prevent chaos in the cosmic order. The virtues follow, controlling the elements and infusing creation with divine grace, guiding the universe's physical laws. At the top of this tier, the dominions wield the scepters of authority, orchestrating the duties of angels below them to ensure the universe remains orderly and reflects divine law. The highest tier of the angelic hierarchy is where we can find the most magnificent and powerful angels. The thrones, or Ophanim, are a part of this tier and are mentioned in the book of Ezekiel. These angels embody divine judgment and authority and are depicted as the very chariot of God. Ezekiel describes them as wheels within wheels covered with eyes, which makes them appear both strange and formidable. This unusual appearance is suitable for beings tasked with carrying God's throne. The next divine being in the hierarchy is the cherubim. Contrary to their portrayal in art, the cherubim are depicted as powerful and intimidating figures in the book of Ezekiel. They guard the way to the tree of life in Genesis and the throne of God. They are described as having 4 faces, namely that of a man, a lion, an ox, and an eagle. Furthermore, they are adorned with numerous eyes, symbolizing their role as the guardians of divine knowledge and the natural order. The Seraphim are at the top of the angelic hierarchy. They are often called burning ones in the Bible and are believed to be the closest to God. According to the book of Isaiah, these angels have 6 wings, 2 that cover their faces, 2 that cover their feet, and 2 that are used for flying. They are continually engaged in worship and praise, chanting the phrase, "Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of hosts. The whole earth is full of his glory." This hymn emphasizes their role in sanctifying and praising God. Isaiah's account of his encounter with a seraphim, where his sins are cleansed with a burning coal, highlights their role in purification. Contrary to the benevolent guardians portrayed in contemporary culture, ancient texts like the Book of Enoch present a much darker and more terrifying vision of these celestial beings. The story begins with the prophet Enoch, who is granted a vision of heaven. Far from the peaceful paradise we might imagine, Enoch's first impression is one of desolation and overwhelming fear. He describes heaven as eerily silent and utterly devoid of life, a place that is more intimidating than welcoming. This initial encounter sets the tone for a journey through a realm that is anything but comforting. As Enoch ventures deeper into this celestial landscape, he encounters angels, beings traditionally viewed as protectors and messengers of God. However, in this vision, they appear not as gentle caretakers, but formidable enforcers of divine law. Their awe-inspiring presence is so intense that Enoch reacts with terror. It's only when these celestial beings transform into a more familiar, human-like form that Enoch's fear subsides enough for him to continue his exploration. As Enoch's fear begins to diminish, he is taken further into heaven. This part of the divine realm is engulfed in flames, but unlike the destructive fires of earth, these heavenly flames serve to purify and refine. They represent the fierce and unyielding power of divine justice. Enoch had a surprising realization during his journey. He saw that even the stars are subject to the authority of the heavens. Enoch witnessed certain stars that had violated divine laws and were now imprisoned in the void, held captive by the flames. This vision highlights the strict order and control that governs this realm. It shows that even celestial beings are responsible for their actions. In certain ancient texts, such as the Apocalypse of Zephaniah and the Testament of Abraham, angels are described as having faces of leopards, tusks of boars, and other intimidating characteristics. For instance, the angel of death is said to have 14 terrifying faces, each of which is so terrifying that 7,000 people drop dead just from standing nearby. The wide range of angelic appearances, from rainbow-colored lions with crocodile heads to multi-headed creatures, suggests a celestial bestiary of formidable entities that are beyond human comprehension. The narrative takes an even darker turn with the tales of the Watchers, a group of angels whose lust for human women leads them to forsake their heavenly duties. Their descent to Earth and subsequent interactions result in the birth of giants, igniting a catastrophic chain of events that includes cannibalism and widespread destruction. The story of the Watchers, as recounted in the ancient Book of Enoch, tells a dark tale of angelic rebellion and its disastrous consequences. These angels, known as Watchers, were captivated by human women and left their heavenly posts to live on Earth. Their union with these women produced the Nephilim, gigantic beings more than 1,000 meters tall with a horrifying appetite for blood. These giants quickly took over the Earth, forcing humans to work tirelessly to feed their insatiable hunger. As their numbers grew, food became scarce, leading to a gruesome outcome. The giants began to eat humans, and eventually, each other. While this chaos unfolded, it seemed as if God was unaware of the earthly turmoil. However, when the archangels finally noticed the catastrophic state of the world, a planet overrun by these cannibal giants, they were shocked into action. Seeing no other solution to purge the corruption, God decided to cleanse the earth with a great flood. God instructed Noah to build an ark, a huge ship that would save a selection of life from the flood. Meanwhile, the Watchers were imprisoned, forced to watch as their monstrous children destroyed each other and were ultimately drowned by the floodwaters. The story of Noah's Ark in Genesis focuses on human corruption. The Book of Enoch offers a more nuanced view, highlighting the Watcher's influence on humans and their imparting of forbidden knowledge, which leads to corruption. Many Christian traditions consider the Book of Enoch an apocryphal text, which means that it is not included in the standard biblical canon. However, the narratives in this book provide more detailed descriptions of heavenly realms and events that are only briefly mentioned in the canonical Bible. There are various reasons for its exclusion from the Bible, but they generally relate to concerns about its authenticity, theological content, and alignment with the central messages of the canonical texts. As we finish looking into the scarier depictions of angels from ancient texts like the Book of Enoch, we're left thinking about what those creepy portrayals mean. These descriptions are nothing like the pleasant, friendly angels we see in movies and TV, hinting at a much more complicated and intimidating nature. What if there's some truth to these ancient accounts? Former NASA engineer Jose F. Blumrich proposed that the Ophanim might resemble what we interpret today as UFOs. This concept links ancient religious experiences with modern unexplained events. It suggests that what was once seen as divine or supernatural may be understood through modern encounters with the unknown. If you enjoyed this video and are curious about the unknown, subscribe and hit the notification bell. Thank you for watching.